Good morning, Becky.
Good morning, Bonnie.
How are you this morning?
I am glorious. It is a beautiful, wonderful morning.
It is a beautiful day. Can you see me?
Yeah, and it's going to be even better when we eat.
And we're doing a lot of vegetables today, correct? A lot of vegetables
We are.
for summer.
Yes.
Tell me what the menu is.
Okay. The menu today, I'm doing a Parmesan garlic cabbage dish. This was sort of a last minute thought. And we're going to do a chicken, bacon, ranch, zucchini boats.
Ooh, now that sounds good.
It does, and it smells really good.
I'm not sure where those chicken, bacon, ranch vegetables come from, but that's okay.
I grew them in the garden.
Yeah.
When I picked them, they went cluck, cluck. And then we're going to do an easy kale salad with a lemon dressing.
Okay. And we learned last week that you have to massage your kale. I remember this from last week.
Yes. As you remember, last week we went to the farmer's market up in Athens, and we got to meet some people, and we got to buy some beautiful vegetables. And one of the things I bought, of course, was kale. And we talked about, my daughter told me, you have to massage kale to make it silky. So today we're going to massage our kale.
I can't wait.
And to tell you the truth, I didn't believe her. So I did a recipe of this last week when she was here, and it works. It is beautiful.
Okay.
And tasty.
We're going to trust you.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Okay.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to do the Parmesan. Well, first of all, we're going to take a drink of water.
You always have to have the water.
Stay hydrated. Doesn't have any fruit in it, but it's still good.
Okay, you're slipping. You're slipping.
I'm slipping. What was I going to do? Put cabbage in it? You know, maybe.
No.
I don't know. But this Parmesan cabbage garlic dish is wonderful. My girlfriend, I went up to dinner the other night, and she did this dish. She gets a box. She lives in Marietta. She gets a box full of vegetables and whatever they have in the garden, and I don't know where she gets it from. She uses in different recipes that they give her. So this one was actually in that box, and it was delicious. It was delicious. So last week, some of the things I bought was that big head of cabbage. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. This is it. I used some of it. I think I'll use the rest of it for some coleslaw because I love coleslaw. But this is the cabbage I bought last week.
So that lasted a whole week then.
It did. Most all my vegetables held over almost a week, what I didn't eat. The other thing I bought was a kohlrabi. You can see that. I asked what it tasted like, and they said it tasted like a radish. And I cut half of it. As you can see, I cut half of it off. And I actually tasted it, and it does taste like a sweet radish. So if you get a chance to buy some kohlrabi, I'm sure it's high in antioxidants. Everything we're making today helps with your immune system because it's all high in antioxidants. It's good fiber. And those things is what we need for our immune system and also to lose those few extra pounds, right?
Of course, yes.
So what I did with this, I only used half of it because I wanted to show you the other half. I actually cut it up with my cabbage because this dish takes, let me see, 7 handfuls of cabbage. So when I sliced my cabbage up, you want it shredded, I just shredded up a little kohlrabi in it. So in this dish, I've already got it cooked because I had to do it on the stove. You start with some olive oil, let's see, 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil, get that hot. Then you add red onion, mine was about that big, wasn't great big, sliced thin, so I put my onion in, I've got 3 cloves of garlic in here. 3 cloves. So my husband won't be eating this.
Won't be eating it, no.
He won't. And then also, I let that all cook till the onions started just get a little shiny. And then to that, I added my 7 handfuls of cabbage, shredded, and my kohlrabi, and I just cooked it till it all sort of wilted. And once it was done, you add a 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And all I had was just the kind that comes in the little can, and it's lovely. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that.
Well, looks good.
And there's really nothing in there but vegetables. Whoops. Where's that dog when you need it?
Now, are you serve that warm then, as soon as
Yes.
it's done?
Yes.
So it's something warm you serve.
Yes, it's sort of a side dish for this summer. So make sure you serve it warm.
Okay.
Today I had to cook me some bacon for our zucchini boats, and I had some extra bacon left over. You know what I thought? Wouldn't this be good? Put a little bacon on it.
Everything is better with bacon.
Isn't that the truth? So I'll put a little bacon on there and warm that up, and that'll be just yummy. Isn't that beautiful?
That's beautiful. That
And
is perfect.
cabbage is so good for you. So we'll enjoy that here after a bit.
Well, you're going to have to eat it all because it has garlic in it.
Today, I'll tell you a little story about that. We're going to do zucchini boats. Has anyone online done the zucchini boats?
Not me.
We
No.
did them on for cooking class one day here, didn't we?
We did.
We did. They weren't chicken bacon ranch, I don't think, but we did them here for cooking club one day.
Yes, I think we did a Mexican. And
Something
in that
with
one, I
beef.
think we had ground beef and corn and black beans and taco seasoning.
Yes.
And then we put the cheese on top and baked them. This one's just a little different. So I thought we'd do this one today.
But there's a lot of different ways you can do zucchini boats, so
There is.
not just one way.
There's my zucchini. And Bonnie, you had a question for me last week, and I really couldn't give you a good answer. So I looked it up to make sure I give you a good answer. First of all, you asked me, what do you pick as a good zucchini? And I think last week I did describe it. You pick a medium-sized zucchini, and you pick one that's has any blemishes. Make sure,
Right.
it's not rotting or something. Now, these are from last week, so they do keep in your refrigerator.
Well, that's
I
good.
looked it up. Yeah, for almost 2 weeks you can keep these. So this is a week
Wow.
old.
That's good to know.
Yeah. This time of year, it's feast or famine with zucchini. You end up with buckets or you end up with none. Another question you asked me last week, Bonnie, was what's the difference between a zucchini and a yellow squash? I looked it up. There's actually just color.
That's
The
it?
yellow squash usually has more seeds.
Okay.
So just so that you know, you're going to get a few more seeds in the yellow squash. They
Okay.
both are considered a sweet vegetable. That's what they call them. So you can interchange them in recipes, and it's just the color.
Okay, good.
Here's the color.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to do to prepare my zucchini boats is I'm going to cut both ends off of my zucchini. And then what I did was I laid it down and let it find where it wanted to rest because it's going to have to lay in a pan. So I rolled it over and I cut it in half. And I don't know if you can see, let me get a spoon here. Down the center of your zucchini, you have a row of seeds. Now, the older they get, the bigger they get, the more seeds they'll have. So that's why you really want to find a medium zucchini for this. I'm just going to scrape those seeds out with just a spoon, just a regular spoon. I'm just going to scrape them out. Now, you can eat these seeds. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just this recipe, I need a little place to put all my stuffing. So I'm gonna take those seeds out. And I've got a couple of them done. Zucchini is very good for you too. Again, anything green is going to be loaded with antioxidants. And of course that helps with our immune system. And this time of viruses, we need our immune system, don't we?
Yeah, more than ever.
And look how easy that is to make a boat. You get all those seeds out. Okay, I've got the seeds out of my boat, out of my zucchini, and I actually cooked a couple of them up. It calls for, the recipe calls for 4 zucchini, so that'll give you 8 pieces, and you cut them in half. Okay, what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to spray my dish with a little bit of cooking spray just so it doesn't stick on the bottom. And then I'm going to lay my boats, boat up.
Boat up.
Boat up. Sounds like a boating term, boat up.
Boat
So
up.
I've got them in my baking dish. And let's make the stuffing for this. Put these back here. Okay, in my stuffing, like I say, there's many things you can do with these zucchini boats. The Mexican that I'd mentioned earlier, or the one we're doing today, this one's really simple. I have a friend in cooking club, Mary. She gave me a whole chicken that she didn't know what to do with. So I took the whole chicken yesterday and put it in a crock pot. Just a little salt and pepper, a little olive oil, and left it on high for a few hours and turned it low, and it cooked beautifully. So I've got a lot of roasted chicken, thanks to Mary. So
Thanks,
I told
Mary.
Mary I'd bring her a zucchini boat.
That's
So-
fair trade. That's a fair
right,
trade.
Fair trade. Now I'll be getting chickens on my front porch. Okay, to this, we're going to add our chicken. It calls for, look, 1 pound. I sort of guessed. This is probably a little more than what I need, but I'll go ahead and put that in there. Who doesn't like chicken, right? So
Right.
I've got my chicken in there. To that, you add a 1/2 cup of just ranch dressing. Just whatever you have in your refrigerator. Surely everyone has ranch. You could probably mix up your own with a little sour cream and some herbs, but this is Hidden Valley, I think, whatever. Okay. Now to that, don't tell my husband, is garlic.
Garlic.
Poor man, he's going to get healthy one way or another.
You put garlic in everything. How does he eat anything?
He eats it before he watches my show. He eats it. If he doesn't, I give it away, or I eat it. Okay, so we have our chicken, our ranch, our garlic, and then let's put in a little bacon. You know, everything's better with bacon, right, Bonnie?
A lot of bacon, yes.
It calls for 3 strips of bacon. I probably have a few more than that. Why not, right?
Why
So
not?
let's add our bacon. Okay, we're going to stir this up. And that ranch dressing is just going to make it sort of come together, sort of gooey. I don't know how else to explain it. Luscious. There we go. Can you see that?
Yeah, luscious was right.
Luscious.
Can he eat that right out of the bowl?
You could. You could. You really could. Okay, let's see. Let's get our zucchini boats back. We'll get our zucchini boats back. And so I'm just going to fill these boats with our chicken mixture. I think a little salt and pepper. Let me do a little salt and pepper in here. Forgot that. Little seasoning. Stir that up. We'll just fill these up. I'll probably use my fingers. Don't tell Mary.
Well, you're going to eat it, so.
Yeah, I am. I've already got
And
Mary's baked.
But you have to bake those, right?
Yes, they do bake. And it actually took more chicken stuffing than I thought it would, the first ones. I should have shredded my chicken a little better. Okay. Let me get that spread around evenly. Okay, to top this off, I'm going to put some Mexican cheese. Now that's a Mexican blend. You can use any kind of cheese you want. If you like mozzarella, like cheddar, it doesn't really matter. So let me top that off with my cheese. And before I did this, I preheated my oven to 400, okay?
Okay.
So let's top with cheese. It says a half a cup. I put
It's
on
like
what I want.
it's like the bacon. You can't have too much.
It is. It really is. Okay. So I've got my cheese on top. Now it tells you to cover it with aluminum foil. So we'll cover that with aluminum foil. And we're going to stick this in a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes. When the 20 minutes is up, you take the foil off for another 5 minutes. And what that does is it allows the cheese to brown. So let me get this in the oven. I'll put it over here. And with the magic of TV, ta-da!
Voila.
Voila!
That
Now
cooks so fast.
Yeah, it cooks so fast. I did add a little bit of sprinkled parsley on top just for color, but those
They
look
look
delicious.
beautiful. Now,
Yeah.
are the zucchinis going to be softer now?
I don't know. We'll find out when we cut into them.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll be still a little crisp, not completely, but I'll cut into them and see what happens here when we plate it up.
Okay.
But those are lovely.
They look beautiful.
And something that my daughter didn't know that I've done, you can eat zucchini raw. I don't know why she didn't think about it. We made the hummus pitas like we did several weeks ago, and we just I shredded zucchini on it, just raw zucchini, and she really enjoyed that. So you can eat this zucchini raw. So just so that you know.
Good to know. So is your daughter back home now?
She is back home. She's back out in Colorado. Yeah.
Well, I hope you had a nice visit with her.
We did. We had a really good time. We did end up going bicycle riding last week, and it was just perfect. It didn't get hot until we were done, and it was a lovely day.
Good
Lovely
for you.
day. Yeah. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is our kale salad. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Let's see how this works.
Okay, this is kale. Bonnie last week said it looked unedible.
Yeah. I'm sticking with that.
You're sticking with that. Kale is, you get a curly kale. It's sort of a tough vegetable, and that's actually why you massage it, is to get some of the toughness out, and it really works. To cut kale, what I do with it is there's a big vein that runs through kale.
Right.
You don't really want to eat this vein. It's just tough. Too tough really to eat. So what I do with this kale is I lay it down and I sort of fold it in half so that vein is popping out there. And all I do is just cut it off. And it's so easy. Look, there's the hard part. So you just get rid of that.
I like that easy. That's good.
Yeah. And then of course it's all laid out for you. So all you have to do is just chop it up. And this recipe does call for it to be chopped. So that's what we're doing. And I sort of like it chopped pretty fine. So I'll run through it one way and then I'll run through it the other way. And it just makes It just makes it really nice. Okay, I've cut the rest of it up. I have 5 cups of kale, which is probably about, I think I cut about 8 of those sections you've seen. So it just tells you about how many you want. Okay, we're going to massage this now. Okay, to this, what we'll do is we will add olive oil and a couple teaspoons, and I'm going to guess at it here. A couple teaspoons olive oil, and then we're going to add just a little bit of salt, about an eighth of a teaspoon. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and then what we're going to do with that is we're just actually going to go in there and massage it. You just sort of crunch it all together. What this does is it makes it tender. It sort of breaks down that toughness. Oh, I forgot to show you what it looked like before. You've seen beforehand how green and curly and rough it looked. Let's massage this up, and you just get your hands in there and just keep massaging until it looks sort of silky.
So this is really a thing, huh?
It is really a thing. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I've used kale a lot in soups, and of course I just cut it and put it in there. And I've made kale salad before, and maybe I just didn't notice how tough it was or something. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but look how silky and green it is now. Can you see how green that is?
It is.
Isn't that amazing?
Because it was kind of dull looking before.
It was dull and it was tough. Now it just feels to the touch sort of silky.
Wow.
So that's how you massage kale.
Well, who knew?
Who knew? I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Okay, to my kale salad, I'm going to add all my toppings. I got kale everywhere. I have all kinds of stuff to add in. And you know, thing about salads like this, I think with that macaroni salad we made there for 4th of July, you can add anything you want to your salads. I actually made my husband yesterday that macaroni salad recipe, and I didn't have red pepper, so I just shredded up carrots in it. I thought that was really cool. Okay, to this kale, I'm going to add broccoli. And my broccoli I have chopped up fine, just like the kale.
Okay.
2 cups of broccoli. So we're going to add broccoli.
Did you massage the broccoli?
I don't. I could, but that's funny. Funny, Bonnie. And then to that, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of carrots. This is really good salad, I'm telling you. And to that, I'm going to add, I found dried cranberries this time. Now, when I made this last week, I didn't have any dried cranberries, so I used raisins, but this is dried cranberries. It's nice to have that little sweetness in the salad. And then to that too, I'm going to add sunflower seeds, about 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds. And then I'm also going to add about 1/2 cup of slivered almonds. Look at that. I'm going to need a bigger bowl.
Oh, all good things. All good things.
And then I've got a red onion cut up. So I think it calls for 1/4 cup of red onions. And I think this is a little more than that, so I'm not going to put them all in. Look at all that good stuff.
It's pretty too.
It is. I am going to have to get a bigger bowl. Yeah, and the last thing to add to that is your cheese. Now, I have feta cheese. It's sort of, I think the recipe calls for feta, or you could add cheddar cheese. So it's whatever you like, goat cheese. And I think it calls for 6 ounces. I probably have a little more of that because I love feta cheese. So let's add the cheese. Look at that.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous? I think I'm gonna dump it into my other bowl and mix it because it's a little bigger bowl. And then I'll put it back in there once I get it all mixed. Oh my goodness, is this great? You gotta see the color. Can you see all that color? I can.
We can see.
I'll get it back in the glass bowl and show you. And my daughter was telling me that kale is very, very good for your immune system. And I think I looked it up too, and how much all the dark green vegetables are so good for us. So this is the time of year to get all that. Okay,
that recipe looks wonderful.
Yeah, now we're going to make the salad dressing. So let's get to the salad dressing.
There's more?
You got to have a salad dressing. It's called a lemon dressing. A lemon. So what I do is I use a pint jar with a lid because you need to shake up and mix everything up. So to this, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of olive oil. So we're getting our olive oil today. And then I have lemon. I have red wine vinegar. I have honey. I have garlic. Everything I think today has garlic in it. So let me go ahead and add my garlic to the jar. And then let me juice a lemon. So let's cut that lemon in half. I got my little juicer. Now you can use bottled lemon juice, and you know that you get in the store, but I just love fresh lemon juice. It just, for a salad dressing, it's wonderful. So I think it's 2 teaspoons. So let me guess. That's probably really close. Let me put just a little bit more in there.
That's really close.
Really close. You like that?
Yeah, really close. That's a true chef.
Hey, who doesn't like lemon, right? So to this lemon juice and olive oil, I'm going to add a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. You know, since I've been doing these cooking shows, I went through almost the whole jar of Dijon mustard. So a tablespoon of Dijon mustard.
Now, this is not a bunch of stuff that sounds like it should all be going together.
If you've ever made salad dressing before, a lot of this is what you put in salad dressings that you make at home. There's one I like with just lemon and olive oil and honey mustard and a little bit of mustard, and you just shake it up, put something sweet. And this calls for 2 teaspoons of sugar or honey, but I'm going to put honey in ours today. This makes the sweetness. And then red wine vinegar. And I think maybe you asked me a couple shows ago, Bonnie, about the difference between white vinegar, apple cider vinegar.
Right.
And then we also have red wine vinegar. So the white vinegar has it's less acidic. So it's a little more mild when you use it in recipes. And also the color is, of course, clear. It has been distilled. The white has been distilled. The apple cider vinegar, of course, is made from apples, and it's a little more acidic. So it adds a little more tang to it.
Okay.
I love apple cider vinegar, but it is a color because it is a little darker. So if it's something you're not wanting to get that color in. The red wine vinegar, of course, it's made actually with white vinegar and some red wine. So you can make your own. You don't have to buy it.
White vinegar and wine.
Yeah, 1.5 teaspoons of white vinegar and 1.5 teaspoons of red wine, and then a glass of red wine to drink.
Yeah. I was going to suggest that, yes.
Now, if you don't have red wine, it's suggested you can use grape juice. So anything like that to make your red wine vinegar. And again, it just adds a wonderful flavor. So how much of this do I want? 2 tablespoons. Let's do 2 tablespoons. Now I wish I had a glass of red wine.
Now you're thinking about it.
I am. So
it's
2
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, 2 tablespoons of that. And then the only thing I've got left to do is salt and pepper and some oregano. I've got a half a teaspoon of oregano. I have a fourth of a teaspoon of salt and an eighth of a teaspoon of salt and pepper. So I'm gonna dump that in, and that makes our dressing. So I'm gonna put the lid on, and you have to emulsify it. So you have to combine this. So you just shake, 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 shake. This is one of the easiest ways to make dressing. I used to run it through the food processor and run your oil and let it all combine that way. But this is the easiest way to make your salad dressing. And I'm telling you, once you make your own salad dressing, you won't want to buy that stuff in the store. Which next week, we are going to do summer salads. So I think with the summer salad, we'll probably make a couple salad dressings next week.
That'll be good. I like those summer salads in a jar.
Yes, it's summer salads in a mason jar. So we've done this before at Cooking Club, and everybody really liked it. So that's next week. Okay, all shook up. I'm going to add this to my my kale salad. So let me add this. Let me get it stirred up. We'll toss that in. Oh my goodness.
Does it smell good?
Oh, oh, it's wonderful. Let me show you here. Don't want to lose any of it. Can you see that at all? Look at that.
Oh, yes.
Isn't that beautiful?
Looks great.
Mhm.
I don't think on camera it does it any justice. Look at that. Yum.
That's enough salad for like 10 people.
Hey, I made this last week when my daughter was here. Between her and I, it was gone in like a half a day. It is so good. So
It looks very massaged and very relaxed.
It is. Maybe that's why it's so good. It's relaxed.
It's massaged and relaxed.
Yeah. So that's our
That-
kale salad. Isn't that beautiful?
That was fabulous.
Yeah, just gorgeous. Okay. Let me go ahead and plate up our dinner, and then I will bring out our dessert because it's in the freezer. So let me get this plated up. And today I have a beautiful yellow fiesta dish.
For a good sunny day.
Yeah. So let's get some salad on there. Let's get one of our zucchini boats. I'm just going to use my hand. And then let's get a little bit of my cabbage on there.
We have a lot of veggies today.
We do have a lot of veggies today. So
That's so healthy. So healthy.
There it is. Look at that.
That
And
looks
Bonnie,
awesome.
you
Yum.
asked about, I had a fork. Oh, there it is. You asked if this was tender or not. So let me cut into the zucchini boat and I'll let you know. It's not bad. You could, if you wanted these zucchinis a little softer, because it is a little bit crunchy. If you want a little softer, you could always hard cook them. But look at that, yummy. Just a second.
Looks great.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
That's not fair. That part's not fair.
No, it isn't.
that's delicious. That is delicious.
We need napkins to wipe up the drool and haven't eaten a thing.
Exactly.
Hey, with that kale salad and that cabbage, hey, I'm getting a lot of my antioxidants today. Okay, the last thing we're going to do, which I've already done for you. I have done this recipe at some O'Neill Center events, and Connie, if you're on there, she was wanting me to redo this because she really enjoyed this. It's called a ginger peach dessert, and it is frozen. And the first thing we're going to do is, peaches are so lovely right now. I got a big bag last week, and you really have to eat them up. These won't keep. And I cut them up and we ate peaches. Well, I decided to stick what was left in our morning oatmeal. Oh my goodness. That was so good. So if you've got a bunch of peaches and you're down to the end, you don't know what to do with them, just make sure you put them in your oatmeal.
That's a good idea.
I cut the peach down the middle and I twisted it because in it, the seed, I can get a half without a seed. So I'm going to take my peach half and I'm just going to slice it. Oh, does that smell good? Oh, this would be good in water.
Yeah, you could have put that in your water.
I could have. So let me go ahead and get a piece of this dessert out. Today is my husband's birthday. So I think
happy birthday, Dave.
He's out walking. I think he's going to get a piece of peach dessert for his birthday.
So now, are there peaches in that?
Let me tell you what's in this.
Okay.
I got a box of ginger snap cookies.
Okay.
I just got the cheap box at Kroger's. You're supposed to have 40 ginger snap cookies, so I counted them. And there was really close to 40 cookies in that box.
Connie says she wants a piece.
Connie says she wants a piece.
I think I do too. Bring me some.
So after I got those cookies, I put it in my food processor. Now, if you don't have a food processor, you can just crunch them up. But you need to crumble those cookies. And to those cookies, you add a half a cup of crushed pecans. Now, in my food processor, I could just put them all in and it would just crunch them all up. And then you add a half a cup of butter. And this sort of makes those cookies come into a crust. So
it's
I've got
like a graham cracker crust, cracker crust, except with cookies. Okay,
yes,
got it.
Exactly like that. Except this has ginger snap cookies. Now it calls for frozen yogurt, peach frozen yogurt. I could not find peach frozen yogurt anywhere. So I did end up finding peach ice cream. It wasn't quite enough. It called for 2 quarts of frozen peach yogurt. And I only found 1.5 quarts of peach ice cream. So what I did was I bought some vanilla ice cream and a package of those frozen peaches, which you could use fresh peaches. And I just mixed them in all together. So it's actually, peach ice cream. And then once the crust, you put it in the oven and you let it brown for about, 10 minutes. You pull it out and you let that cool for about 25 minutes because you don't want to put your ice cream in there too hot. Now, meanwhile, I was letting my ice cream soften because you got to soften your ice cream a little bit. And when it was softened and the dish was cooled, I put the ice cream in, smoothed it out. I put it back in the freezer for a few hours till that firmed up. And then I took a 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip and put on top. And then I sprinkled my pecans. Let me get a piece out here.
None of that sounds bad.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
That is gorgeous.
That
Yummy.
is gorgeous. And then here is our piece of peach. You can see it's got little chunks of peach in it because I mixed that all up together. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes.
And
That's
then
good.
to that, I'm going to add my slices of fresh peaches. Yummy, yummy.
Well, that's nice.
There.
That's cute. I love that.
Oh, that's
Super
good.
cute. Super cute.
Good. So we're pretty good to go here. I'm sorry none of you could be here.
Yeah,
That
that is
didn't
the
sound-
problem every week.
That didn't sound very sincere, did it?
No,
No,
it didn't.
I do
I
wish
wasn't feeling that at all. I'm not feeling it.
I do wish I could have everybody out and I could cook for you because I do love to cook for people. Mary is actually going to get a dinner today. She was nice enough to give me the chicken. So I'm going to take a meal down to Mary. She said, I'm not sure I like kale salad, she said. And I said, you know what? I said, I will bring you a little taste and you can see if you like kale salad. But I think once she tastes,
good. I mean, it really does look good. So,
I
yes.
think once she tastes this kale salad, she's going to love it.
Yes.
And of course, my cabbage and my zucchini boats and in my lovely peach dessert.
Good
Yum.
Lord, that's so much.
That's wonderful. Next week, like I said, we're going to do salads in a mason jar, and I've got some tricks for that. Especially in the summer, sometimes you just don't feel like cooking, and these salads you can leave on the refrigerator shelf for days and days, and they still stay fresh.
Wow.
So we're going to do some of that and maybe make some homemade salad dressing. And I don't know if we might do a dessert in a jar. We'll see if we get there. I think
that'll be fun.
At the senior center, we did a lemon blueberry truffle in a jar. So we might attempt that.
Oh, that was before me, so we could always do that again.
Thank you, Becky.
If only you could eat it, Bonnie.
Yes, if only.
Well, I hope everyone remembers to stay hip, healthy, independent, and productive.
And eat your vegetables and drink your water and stay cool.
Yeah, stay out of the heat if you can. Wait till late evening to go out, those type of things. Yeah. Bonnie, is there any news from O'Neill Center? Anything going on?
Nothing that we can say that's exciting. We have some, more virtual programs coming up, and we're doing chronic disease or chronic pain self-management coming up. So if anybody wants to sign up for that, you can call O'Neill. But we're hanging in there, and we're trying to do what we can for our seniors from a safe distance. So
very good.
Keeping it going.
Yep, and remember everyone to wear your masks, wash your hands, all those things.
I've got my mask.
We know.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you again. We'll see you again next week. It was fun again.
Bye, Bonnie.
All righty. Bye.
Bye, Pat. Bye, June. Bye, girls.